The New England Patriots can't mess this up. They don't want to be Steve Urkel and Family Matters saying, "Did I do that?" Yep, that's what I went with the lead. Let's go with it. My name is Aaron on the daily Patriots content. Don't miss out. All you got to do, subscribe, notification bell, LIKE. Hit that like button. I think that's how you spell it. I don't know. I teach PE. PE is easy to spell. Anyways, today, what we're talking about, can't mess this up. Biggest story going into training camp, in my opinion, the wide receiver room. What is it going to look like? How are they going to trim it down when it comes to the 53-man roster? Who are really going to be battling for those last spots? And one person in particular coming out and saying, listen, he means business. He is ready to go. That is Jaylen Pulk coming out and saying this. Going to respect it sooner than later. We know right now there's a lot of people that are not respecting Jaylen Pulk's play and didn't respect it last year. But again, he has a lot of potential. His last year at Washington, 69 receptions, almost 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, on their way to being the runners up, losing to the Michigan Wolverines in the national championship game. I hate saying that as a Michigan State fan, but I'm going to say it. Fact's a fact. Also a fact, they may be cheated. Ray's getting upset. People are triggered. I'm joking. I don't think they did. But anyways, when it comes down to it, the man can ball out. And he has shown that in college. And I think last year, the biggest thing holding him back was probably the coaching staff. And that was rough. And obviously, I think there was off the field issues with him as well. But coming back, being able to say this, one of the most common themes with this team that I've told you about is there's a lot of people who have a chip on their shoulder that want to prove people wrong. Again, we've talked about Stephon Diggs. We've talked about Christian Gonzalez, who's coming back saying, "Listen, I deserve to be on the Pro Bowl." There's other people on this team. Will Campbell, the man we haven't talked about him as well. Oh, his arms are too short. He's an interior lineman. Oh my gosh. Okay, calm down. The man was the 4th pick overall. These guys who are on this coaching staff, on this the scouting for the Patriots, doing all these different things, I think they got it figured out. I think they're going to be all right. And so when it comes down to it, what the Patriots can't mess up, and what's the verdict going to be on who will be the final 6? My guess is it's going to be 7. Some people have even said 8 wide receivers that they are going to keep on this team. And the question becomes, Jaylen Pulk, does he have what it takes to go into training camp and prove that he deserves a roster spot for the 2nd year in a row? I am leaning towards yes. Him, most likely, if it's between him and Javon Baker, I think it's probably going to lean Jaylen Pulk. But I also think, too, and a lot of people are very upset with this opinion, is when you look at the team, when you look at this depth chart, a lot of people have said, well, Aaron, you're not showing a lot of love to Kendrick Bourne. Yes, I like Kendrick Bourne. I think Kendrick Bourne is a great person. Last year when he got benched, he was so positive. He was uplifting. He came on Twitter and said, heck yeah, we won. And the man was benched. He didn't do anything. I respect that. He's a leader, and the Patriots need that. I don't disagree. But the question is, are you going to take a guy like that who is towards the end of his career, just coming off not too long ago an injury, or are you going to take these younger guys with much more potential and see where they're going to go? That's what the question becomes, because let's be real. Stephon Diggs, he's going to make it. Kyle Williams going to make it. Pop Douglas going to make it. Kayshon Boutte going to make it. A lot of people thought Kayshon Boutte, bring that booty, trademark. That a lot of people thought he was a trade potential. No, I don't think so. I think he has a ton of potential coming out of LSU after he's done gambling and all that fun stuff. He's ready to play some football, okay? Mac Hollins, some people think he's not making the team. Listen, the man's making the team. I don't care what you think. On the Bills last year, he might have not put up the sexiest stats, but if he was on the Patriots last year, that people would have been in love with the stats he had. So then that leaves Kendrick Bourne, Chisholm, Polk, and Baker. The rest, don't even worry about them. So you have six right there that are starters, backups they have on there, and then they have Efton, Chisholm, Polk, Baker. So that's 9. The question is, who is out? I hate to say this, but I think it's going to be between Chisholm, Polk, and Baker, in my opinion, or Kendrick Bourne. I think Kendrick Bourne, they're going to lean on the side of, listen, we drop him right now. We save a little dead cap, which it's not like it's a crazy amount of money. I didn't look it up. But I think he's out. I think you see Polk making the team, Chisholm making the team, and then it's going to be I think the race will be tight, my fault, between Chisholm and Baker. But again, they can't mess this up. You don't want to drop a young player. It's like, this is going to sound really interesting, but it's like one of those things where, like in fantasy football. Listen, we've all been a manager on a fantasy football team. It's one of those, or it's like gambling, or it's like stocks, or any of these things where you have this gut feeling where you're like, this thing has potential. It has potential. But you also see, okay, I've seen what this has also done in the past, and I want to play it safe. I would tell you Kendrick Bourne is probably the safer option. But Javon Baker, Jaylen Pulk, Efton Chisholm, I think they all have a ton of potential. And it makes you think, makes you say, okay, I don't know. So then in fantasy, it's one of those things like, okay, do I take the safe bet? Or do I kind of go with my gut and hope that this person plays to the potential I think they can play? And I think that's what you're gonna see here. I think it comes down to Kendrick Bourne, Chisholm, and Baker. I think those are the three. I think Polk is going to make the team. The man's a second-round pick. I think they're going to give him one more year. Think of Thornton not long ago. Now, obviously, he's on the Chiefs, and he'll probably start balling out for Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid there. But I think they give Polk another chance. And so Bourne, Chisholm, Baker, all out, I think between that, it's very possible Chisholm makes the practice squad. Bourne's gone, Polk, Baker stay on the team, and they'll go from there. But again, I don't think they're giving up on this young talent. I don't. I think they're taking hey, we think they have an upside, and if they can show that during training camp, I think they keep them over Bourne. Sue me, get mad at me, I don't care. I'm not showing love to Kendrick Bourne. I think he's a good person, but again, we need to understand in a way this is a business. I think Stephon Diggs, a lot of people are saying, well, Kendrick Bourne is that leader we need. Stephon Diggs, a lot of things people aren't talking about. He has done when it came to mandatory minicamp and other things. He has been a great leader, role model, coach for these younger players in this wide receiver room. They have that. Mac Hollins, he's there. Kendrick Bourne, I don't see it. I do not see it. They might try to trade him. We'll see what happens. But Kendrick Bourne, Chisholm, Baker. What do you think? Who do you think are on the chopping block when it comes to this wide receiver room? I know we've talked about a lot, but this is the story going into training camp. We'll only talk about it more. So comment below. Last but not least, just because I want to leave with this nugget, Josh McDaniels' return confirmed to be the AFC's worst nightmare. I just wanted to show that title because I think it's hilarious. I think it's true. This offense, a lot of teams, especially in the AFC East, thought, okay, they're trash, especially starting with that offensive line last year, Jacoby Brissett last year, all these different factors. A very lackluster wide receiver core, fumbles, but now Sheriff's back in town, and it's going to be fun. So anyways, comment below. Wide receivers, who do you think are on the chopping block? Would love to hear from you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Steve Urkel, quote, yay or nay? Probably nay. That's okay. I don't care. We'll talk later. Peace.